This episode is brought to you by our friends at Bubba Coos Burritos.
Bubba Coos, the place for the family. Go get a great meal, chill, kick it. Always Bubba Coos, place to go to.
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
Ready?
Let's go, buddy.
Let's go, buddy. Let's go. That's how we start the show now. Let's go, buddy.
That's why I talk to my kids.
Yeah. No, you don't. I wish the camera could pick up the way you talk to your kids. That would be great.
Listen, I talk to you how I want to talk to you. Okay? You're going to deal with it, okay?
That's Mike Tyson right there. I want to talk to you the way I want to talk to you.
So about
my kids don't start listening until I raise my voice, so I have to raise my voice. They don't even. If I just said, "Hey guys, stop hitting each other," they wouldn't even bat an eye. I have to be like, "Stop hitting each other."
I do a lot of empty threats.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna take this. Never happens. No, sometimes.
No, my kids know. Like when I get to that level of voice, they know knock it off because I'm about to take their iPads away. They don't want to lose their iPads.
Oh, that's you threaten. You gotta threaten though.
Yeah, but they know. Like we went this weekend. We went to this Wild Wild West, this Wild town up north. I don't know. I've never been there. I guess it's been there forever. People were posted some videos and people were DMing me like I went there 50 years ago. It's crazy, but really cool town. Cool place. Fake
Wait,
town.
What town?
I don't know what town. I could look it up. I don't know what town.
In Jersey, though?
Yeah, it's up north. It's about an hour and 20 minutes north. So, never even heard of it. Danielle found it online. We went up, checked it out. Well worth it, bro. Really, really fun. Really good time. I mean, you know how like everything
you ride
now.
Some horses?
Everything now is set up like anything you go to now is like the safety protocol is like, you know, they got to be caged in, seat belted in. But you get on like an old school like stagecoach up there and there's no sides to it, no nothing. You're up in the air about 10-12 feet. Kid could fall off. You're whipping around corners like there's no, and I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Danielle's like, what if one of the kids fell off? What would you do? I can tell you what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't fucking sue because that's why these places don't exist anymore. You know what I mean?
You might sue.
No, I wouldn't. It's my fault if I can't fucking hold. I was like right there. If he went over the edge, I was gonna grab him, but yeah, no, I wouldn't sue. I'm not a sue-happy person. That's why. What was that crazy place? I never went there. There's a documentary about it. Was that where you went there? Action Park.
Class Action Park.
Yeah, that's why that got shut down in so many lawsuits.
Did, yeah. Well,
don't you kind of miss that shit a little bit though? I like shit like that. Like you know the risk. You know the risk. You're not that dumb. You know if you get on.
Somewhat.
You get on.
I don't know. Like, dude, you go down an alpine slide.
I didn't do that alpine. I did one in the White Mountains,
but, dude,
which was crazy.
Fucking
like if you don't hit the brakes at the end,
you to the white meat.
You slam into those tires.
Get you to the white meat.
Yeah.
That's what they say, right?
Yeah, the white meat. When the white meat shows.
Yeah. Dude, that's like badass road rash.
I never did it because I think I moved here the same year it closed down. I moved here in 98. It shut down like 98, 99, right?
Dude, I went when I was, I had to be a freshman or going into my freshman year.
Well, that
was like
50 years old, bro.
96, I guess. I had to go right before it because you said it closed in 98. Like I remember going, but I wasn't that young.
We discussed it down here one time, and I think the census was it closed around 98. But yeah, it was.
But when I went, the Alpine Slide was already closed.
See, I went to an Alpine Slide, but not here. There was one in New Hampshire in the White Mountains.
It's Mountain Creek. Action Park is now Mountain Creek.
Now Mountain Creek, right? Yeah. Well, I think same area. I don't know if it's all.
Well, it looks the same. It looks. You see that when you're skiing, you see the Alpine Slide there. So
I don't know, man. I just feel. I feel like. Listen, if you could go to places like that and you could sign a waiver when you go in, like you assume all risk, we are not liable in any way. If you want to come to our park, I would go. I would go. But sue happy people that are.
I'd watch you go first, and then I'd go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, I'd watch you go. I'd watch you go.
They're not making you do anything. You just pick and choose what you want to do. If you don't feel
that's
safe.
What I'm saying. I'm going to watch you do the stuff first. Yeah. Once you make it, then I'll do it.
Right. That's why I like Travis Pastrana and the whole 199 Lives, all that. He filmed most of that. A lot of that's filmed in Panama because there's no rules. Like they build skyscrapers up there, and you throw them a couple $100, you can go up on the top of it and like run a zip line down to a boat in the ocean and zip line off it, and it's just they don't. It's different rules over there. I'm sure the liabilities are different
a lot
too.
of stuff, a lot of other stuff too down there. Panama Jack.
What's that?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm saying in Panama, you could probably fucking.
You could just foreign countries. I've been watching this show. It's about border customs. It's about people coming. They really target like people coming from Colombia and Brazil and drugs, obviously. But Colombia, the passengers that they're really targeting out of Colombia are sex going over there for sex trafficking, and they don't care what you do. Like they had this one guy.
But what do you mean going there for sex? They going there to bring someone back?
No, going there and having sex with underage girls.
So
and
what
boys
do they call?
And
They
things.
call that something.
I don't know.
It's like a sex vacation or something like that.
Yeah.
Something
but anyway,
like
they're targeting these people, and they actually they're
listen,
filming them. They're not blurred out, and they investigate them, and they can take all their electronics and go through it all right there. It's part of the customs policy. I didn't know. I thought you were protected, but they give them their password, open everything up, and this one guy came over. He's this poor dude. When I thought he was like into kids over there, I was like, this fucker goes to jail the rest of his life.
They go there for fucking.
But they start going through this guy's shit, right? And he's like a middle-aged guy, nervous as fuck, sweating, fat, bald, like fucking. He's a hot mess. He can probably only pull girls over there. You know what I mean? But
you mean you can buy girls over there?
Right. Well, I'm sure. But they start going through his shit. They make him unlock his laptop. He's got a separate hard drive. He's got discs. He's got cameras. He's got all this shit. First, they start going through his clothes. The first thing they unpack is it's a rubber sheet, and they're like, "What, sir? What is this?" Oh, it's a rubber sheet. It's a rubber sheet. He's got an accent. He's from Romania or something. But anyway, he lives here. But
lives in the U.S.
Yeah, but he's got an accent. He's a foreigner. So anyway, he just got back.
This is customs in Colombia.
No, customs here in Miami.
Really?
Yeah, he landed here. So yeah, I don't know what customs is like over there.
But say like how they get you over there. Yeah, I slept with a prostitute.
Well, let me finish.
But like it's not illegal over there.
Let me finish. Yeah, but importing pictures and child porn is still illegal.
Yeah, got you.
So that's what they're looking for. So I'm watching this shit and I'm like, this fucker's guilty. Like he just looked guilty. You know what I mean? Like he looks like he's in, and they start unpacking his shit, and they're pulling rubber ball gags out, leather mask, leather outfits, like that, not that spandex. What's that shit called? The rubber suits and shit. They're pulling all this shit out, and I'm like, oh my god. And he's sweating more now. He's like, it's what I'm into. I have friends over there, and he's trying to like talk his way out of it. And the guy's like, well, we need to see what's on your camera. You need to unlock your laptop, and now you can't see what they're looking at but you see their eyes, like, holy shit, look at this. This is another girl, and this is another girl, and he's talking to this two custom agents kind of handling it. He's like, do you think this girl's underage? And she's like, I don't know, because that's what they're targeting. They go through all his shit. I swear he's there for hours, bro. The guy's like, this guy has so much shit. This is going to take us forever. They take him in a back room. There's actually they're filming him through the little glass window, and he's like laying down because he's there so long. And they go through it all. And they're like, nope, we didn't find anything. So this motherfucker's now walking around on blast because everybody knows he's got rubber suits and fucking he's got mad. I mean, he must have had like 50 chicks in there. And they said they were young, but they looked 20s, and none of them.
How do they not fuck? They look 20.
Well, I guess there's no way to. Well, actually, he did say this one girl's holding up her ID. So, yeah. So, anyway, he said no underage, no child, no, and it wasn't. But this fucker's on blast now. He's fucking. Everybody knows who he is now. It's crazy.
That's wild. I don't know.
They didn't blur him out, nothing. But
that's why that's like whatever. You want to go over there and do your thing. But they go after little kids. That's the fucked up.
Oh, yeah, that's horrible. I mean, that's been going on forever because obviously it's easier to get away with it overseas. And you probably still can get away with it overseas.
I don't get that.
You just can't bring it back with you. You can't bring any of the stuff back with you. I don't know, man. That's not my scene. That's not what I'm into. But
oh, no? I didn't know that, bud. I wouldn't have guessed it.
You were asking me a question I don't know the answer to. But Thailand, I thought, was always the place where people went. Now it seems to be Colombia.
I think it's anywhere.
Thailand, always.
For the lady boys.
Yeah, maybe that too. But I thought it was more underage. But
I just think anywhere.
Third world countries, yeah. I'm sure Brazil probably too. They specifically said we target people coming from Colombia for drugs primarily, but also for. And there was this one lady, the next lady that came on. She was like real nervous. They target you if you're nervous. You get off the plane and you don't make eye contact and stuff. They're like, let's flag her, let's flag her. And they got a whole method of doing it. They don't sick them all.
What was this you saw?
It's called
something abroad, like abroad, something.
Yeah,
abroad.
It's about customs, but it's not just customs here. It's customs in Brazil. It's customs all over. The ones that are really interesting are the customs here. We probably have the strictest laws, I would guess, but they target nervous-looking people, and they get a lot of tips. And a lot of tips are bogus because it's just like angry exes calling in saying, my boyfriend's flying into Miami and he's got 2 kilos of coke and the guy's got nothing, you know? So anyway, this one lady, they flagged her. I forget why, suspicious, whatever. They flag her, go through all the luggage, pat her down, nothing. They're like, all right, we're going to have some female officers pat you down. Do you have anything on you? She's like, no, I don't have anything on me, nothing, you know? So they're like, okay, you got to pee. And it was a toilet seat on a 5-gallon bucket with a plastic bag in it, you know, because they want to see what comes out, I guess. And she was in there forever, and she said, I'm too nervous, I can't pee. And then she faked fainting, so now she's laying on the floor like she's unconscious, and they're like, listen, lady, we're gonna go to the hospital with you, and you're still gonna do it there. You're not getting out of this because you fake fainted, you know. So they go there, and she had fucking coke bags shoved up her vagina, bro. Like, bro, they were like fucking this big.
Her vagina.
And they said it's like a hard rock now. It can't. The doctor had to take it out because the wetness of the vagina seeps through the plastic and makes it like a hard rock.
Wow.
So yeah. Crazy.
Damn, bro. She has some dynamite in her puss.
Yeah, and then she's screaming, he said he would kill me if I didn't do it. You know, like they all do.
Matt, like, how many people have, like, where the coke just burst in their pussy?
No, I don't think it happens a lot in the pussy because there's no acid in there to break it down. It's just wet. It's moist. You know what I mean? But when people swallow balloons, which is like the old school way of doing it, that happened pretty regularly.
What up the ass?
The acid.
People put up their ass.
No,
I'm serious. Don't they? People keister them.
They do that in prison, I think, mostly.
Shanks?
Prison, because... No, it's called rat holing, I think.
Rat holing?
Rat holing or keystering. They do it in prison. I think that's more common than it is.
But I'm sure they do that fucking to smuggle stuff too. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Right. I'm sure. That's some shitty coke though.
That's a dad joke.
It was a dad joke. It was.
Fuck, man. I don't know. That's pretty wild though.
I'll tell you the name of the show and again. Like it escapes me right now. Hang on, I'll text the girl.
He's gonna text his boss real quick.
Yeah.
She allows him the remote only when he's good. Well, on Netflix, something like that. No. Well, here, I'll tell you a story while we're waiting for you to text. I'm not gonna say places. I took my kid to wrestle somewhere, right? Okay. So I'm working out too. I'm helping out a little bit. It's not the place I normally go.
Not a tournament. Like
no. It's a practice.
Okay.
Kids all ages there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working out with somebody. I'm not gonna say names. Right? I'm working out with someone while they're working out. I finish up. They're still working out, and I'm looking for my phone. I'm like, damn, I can't find my phone. All right, so where's my phone? So I was there first. I was one of the first people there, so I thought I had it right by my bag, and thousands of people came in. There's bags everywhere. So I'm kind of looking. I'm like, once people come, I'll find it. You know.
Once people leave.
Once people like start getting their stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or like once they come over, I'll ask, hey, you see a phone? Maybe grab, put it in there. I'm like asking around. Now it's like good 30 minutes. I can't find my phone. So I'm starting to ask now. Hey, I see my phone. Maybe grab that.
That's a shitty feeling.
Here's my phone, bro. And I don't know anybody there really. I really know. I know a couple people there, but I don't really know them that well. So then I have a buddy there that's asking people, like the parents too, like, hey, anybody seen a phone? Maybe grabbed on accident. He called me 20 times probably. You know, and it's on vibrate, so you know you're not gonna hear it. But I thought, you know, if maybe someone grabbed it, this and that. So then I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do? Like, practice is almost over. Like, I gotta go home, and I call Renee. I'm like, hey, do to find my iPhone. You know, hit the alarm on the find the right. She's like, I'm hitting it, and they're turning it off. You could turn it off. No, so she kept doing it over and over, and like she's tracking it, you know, with the locator. I guess she's tracking. She's like, she's still there. It's still there. And I was about to be like, all right, well, I guess I lost my fucking phone. You know what I mean? Like someone got my phone, you know. And I'm thinking it was an accident. You know, at the moment, someone grabbed an accident. Then finally, someone's like, a person. I'm not gonna say a person came and was like, I have your phone. She's like, oh my god, I have your phone. Then I heard who it was. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. That's what I thought of. And this and that. And so I didn't think anything. I'm not gonna say nothing. You know, I got my phone, whatever.
Right.
And Renee's like, no, fuck that. Fuck, there's no way. They turned that thing off like 5 times. Like,
Wait, it was a guy?
I'm not saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying.
You say guy or girl, no? You can't say?
I'm not just saying. Okay. I'm just not trying to put no one on blast. Not like it's going to ever get there, but I'm just saying, right?
Okay.
So this person had my phone, gave it to me, and Renee's like, there's no way. She's like, you're lucky I'm there. I would have felt like, what the fuck you mean? It slipped in your bag. How did it fucking slip into your bag?
And Renee
I mean?
would do that. She
like, how did it slip?
do that.
So yeah, it slipped in your bag like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I'm like, God, did this person really try to steal? I'm like, how do you steal a phone? Like, you can't even steal a phone nowadays, right? but then I'm thinking maybe it was this person's kid, a younger kid. I don't know how, you know, took the phone, stole the phone. Then the parent is hearing it. What the hell is that? What the? Oh my god! Oh my! You fucking kidding me? Yeah. And then coming out, who lost his phone? They just stole this guy's fucking phone.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I accidentally. You know what I'm saying?
It could be.
But damn, that's pretty grimy, right?
Yeah, that I mean, it sounds
like,
like
is it or is it an honest mistake?
No,
is it an honest mistake?
Sounds like
am I? Is that right? Is that how it works? Like when you hit, when you hit the thing, they could turn it off, right?
Yeah, if they
like,
really,
I had like 15 emails of Renee hitting, you know, logging in,
and your buddy's calling you.
Yeah,
if it was legitimate, if it was a legitimate mistake. On the first one, when they shut it off, they'd have been like, "Oh shit, this isn't my phone." They would have found, or they would have made an announcement or whatever. Bro, they were trying to get your phone.
Yeah,
they just figured they were gonna get caught and got nervous, or somebody, or like a parent or something.
I was like, yo, imagine like it was gone and they jumped their car and Renee be like, "It's driving right now." I'm like, I'm on the fucking highway.
Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Make a left. Make a right. I got a stolen phone story. You just remind me, not mine. When I was married, early on, man, it was probably like shit. This is. Well, my ex and I started dating in 2010, so this is probably like 2011, 2012. We just moved to Tom's River. She just moved to Tom's River, and we were at Lowe's or Home Depot. Lowe's. We were at Lowe's in Tom's River, and I guess she put her phone on her shelf to look at something, right? And we were with her dad, and went some laps around the store, got a couple items. Left, got to the car, and she realized, she's like, holy fucking shit, when you were showing me that whatever it was, put my phone on the shelf, we all run back inside, we go, and it's gone, it's not there. So she starts crying immediately. She's like, she had just taken her password off the phone, so it was unlocked, right?
Oh, dude.
So now fucking JWoww's phone is lost with no password on it. Anybody can get in it, right? So she goes to the security. It's like, pull up your cameras real quick. You know, aisle 7, mid aisle. Like, I need to see who grabbed this phone. They're probably still in here. You know, just lost it 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, whatever. They pull it up. They're nice. They're working with her or whatever. They're like, yeah. And it's like the one spot you can't see where it was. It's like the one fucking spot you can't see, right? So they're like, sorry, ma'am. I don't know. We can call the police. So we call the police. Police come. You know, fill out a report. They're like, really, not a lot we can do, you know? And she's hysterical because like all her personal shit is in there, like all her contracts, so she's hysterical, right? You know, and
all like the secret tapes of you.
No, we never did any of that shit. No, I think I had a couple pictures in my phone, and I remember when we were going through our divorce, I remember texting her, just so you know, I got rid of all those. I don't have them because that's something you don't fucking do.
No.
And she said thank you. She's like, thank you for doing that. You know, I mean, we had a shitty fucking divorce, but I wouldn't go that low. So anyway, long story short,
such a good guy, man.
Yeah, thank you, pal. Thank you. I like to think so. So talking to the police, they're like, there's really not a lot we can do. You know, we'll fill out a report. You know, we don't even have proof that somebody took it because we don't have a video. We don't have you know, so hysterical crying. Go home. She's distraught, thinking somebody's going through all her personal shit, which they were. And she was, I believe, if I remember the story accurately, she was a few months pregnant, and there was some sonogram pictures in there, but nobody knew. Nobody knew it. So, like the next day, she gets contacted by like TMZ. And TMZ's like, hey, somebody's trying to sell us bunch of your personal information, your contracts, your MTV stuff.
That's pretty dope that they fucking...
You're fucking, you know...
They reached out to her, though.
And, you know,
That's crazy. People are such scum, man.
Sonogram pictures or whatever, and now she's losing her fucking mind, right? Losing her fucking mind. And I'm like, holy shit, what are we going to do? And then somebody texted me, hey, I got your phone. I got Jenny's phone, right? This is like all within a day or two. And after TMZ was the first contact where
that's wild. I'm surprised that's pretty cool of them.
So this person texts me and they're like, "Hey, I got Jenny's phone if you want it back."
Like he's like ransom,
right? So now
like ransom.
I'm thinking in my head, like, why the fuck would they try to sell that shit? Which I guess TMZ did the right thing and didn't buy it because Jenny was like, "That shit's stolen." You know, they probably still could have got it because, you know. But anyway, I was like, okay, and I was like, "What's your address? I'll be right there." Right? It was literally 5 minutes from our house. Not even. It was 2 miles from where we live. This house, right? So I pull up. This kid answers. A couple kids, younger, you know, maybe late teenagers, answer, and they're like, "Hey, man, we just want to make sure you got it back." You know, I said, "Thank you." I said, "You guys didn't go through it or anything." I already knew they did, and I was like, "You guys didn't go through it or anything?" No, not at all. So I'm like, "All right, I appreciate it." You know, I think I threw them whatever. I actually no, I didn't because I knew they went through it, so I was gonna give them money. I didn't give them money. So I left with it, got it back. She's going through everything. Everything seems to be there. They didn't delete anything. But then, like the next day, we get contact again by like some TMZ or you know, fucking
Star
or whatever it was, Us Weekly or something. Like, hey, you know, these people are trying. I think that's when it was the sonogram pictures, maybe the second time around, trying to. And she's like, those motherfuckers downloaded. They downloaded everything on the phone. That's why they had it for like 2 full days to give them time. They downloaded every single thing to a hard drive, and they had it all. And they're trying to sell this shit.
Can you go to?
Now I know where they. Now I know what they look like. Now I know where they live. Now I know everything. And of course, my first fucking instinct, you know, you want to protect your
family.
Well, we weren't even married at the time, but you want to protect your family. Yeah. Was just to go there and fucking straight up murder these motherfuckers, but. Can't do that. I'd be in jail.
Oh, but I would love to go there and just walk in the house and take all any electronic and break it.
But you go to jail.
I know, but it'd be fun.
Yeah. So trust me, that's the way things should be done, and that's the way, you know. That's why I love fucking you know what Mike Tyson did. Like fucking, that's the way shit should work. But anyway, so call the police again. Now the police come back and they're like, "Listen, man, we can't prove they downloaded it." It's like impossible to prove, but these were a couple good guys. There's a couple Tom's River Finest. I don't know who they were, nice dudes, but they're like, "Listen, we can be pretty persuasive, so we're gonna go there, and we're gonna talk a little shit, and make it sound a little worse than it is, and we'll see what we can do." You know what I mean? So, like, all right. So they come back maybe like an hour later, and they're like, "We got the hard drive, we got all this shit." They swear that's everything. You know, you should be good now. And they're like, we've made some threats and, you know, blah 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 blah, but we got it all. They swear. So we got it all back, and nobody actually bought anything. Nothing got out, so it never went anywhere.
None of your stuff.
None of my dick pics. None of my dick pics went anywhere.
I don't think that's what you're worried about. Yeah.
So yeah, but you know, fucking everybody has their phone locked, and she had, you know, just taken it off that day, and I forget why she took it off. There was like a reason she took the lock off, and that's when those fuckers got it, and they downloaded that whole thing. Man, that's crazy, right?
That's fucking wild, honestly.
Yep.
But you're lucky, kind of. If you think, I mean, not lucky. Honestly, it would have just sucked because it would have got out without you being able to do it, stuff like that.
It would have been extremely upsetting to her.
But nothing.
And her finance, she doesn't want her finances.
No, true, yeah. But I'm saying, but nothing that could have hurt you guys.
No, I mean, right? No, certainly not physically, but I mean, yeah, things emotionally, sure, yeah, of course.
Well, how emotionally?
She didn't want people to know that she was pregnant, and you know, like it was.
Well, I guess that'd be a little emotional, yeah. Like the fact that she
didn't want her finances released to the public. She didn't want, you know, they could have leaked our address. They could have leaked, you know, bad pictures.
But even that stuff, like. Can't hurt you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's perspective, bro. Everything. You're right. At the time, it's extremely upsetting. Now, thinking back, yeah, I mean, it wasn't the end of the world, but it was. Yeah, it was. I think women.
I mean, has you like
a little more emotional.
The video, you like killing someone, that could hurt you.
Oh, bro, you're being fucking morbid now.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I guess because. You're good people. You know, bad stuff on there, right?
I never said I was.
How much you was choking you? Was that on there?
Jesus. Why do you always got to start shit? It's a joke, it's a good fucking story about a lost phone. Now you got to turn it into
honestly, I'll tell you what I'm most impressed about this story is that TMZ called you and was like, yo, heads up. Yeah. Right? That's kind of wild.
They were trying to make money and profit off it is what they were trying to do.
The kids.
kids. I still remember what that motherfucker looked like, and I remember they begged for leniency because they could have got charged with something. It wasn't anything crazy, but they had just enrolled. The
kids could have?
Two of them had just enrolled in like the Army, and they would have been excluded if they caught a charge. So yeah. So they like begged for leniency, but why the fuck did he? I think they just thought that she would come and get the phone and they get to meet her.
Did those kids go to the Army?
Yeah, that's what the cop said.
Maybe they were
Jesus. There you go. So yeah, so I don't know. That was the story. That's what the police said. Said they're begging not to catch a charge because they signed up for the military, and then this would affect their ability to do so. So.
Oh, that's nice, you guys.
Yeah. Anyway, stolen phone story for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a shitty feeling.
I mean,
losing your wallet. What's worse, losing your wallet?
I think a
losing
stolen
your phone.
Like the fact that she left it and forgot it. It's like, damn.
You have all your.
No one really stole it. Someone took it. Stole it is like it was in your possession.
Downloaded everything on it.
I know that.
That's the shitty part.
But the fact that wasn't stolen.
You obviously have all your fucking passwords, everything saved. Like crypto is big. I just got a new phone. Like I just got the 13 Pro, and they make it sound. Apple makes it sound real simple, right? They make it sound like their software is so, high end. You remember how you used to go to a Verizon store or Apple store? They'd plug it in, they'd take it in the bag, and they'd be gone for an hour, switching all your phone over. Now you just lay your phone next to it, and it just transfers it. But then obviously,
I couldn't do that on mine because my phone was dead. I had to go to the cloud.
Yeah, okay. But then obviously you got to reopen every app, sign back in. It's a pain in the ass because you think like you're good to go because everything's there. You're not. You have to go in every single app. But crypto, bro. Fuck, I go into my crypto, right? My wallet, whatever. I won't
Trust wallet.
Yeah. I guess I can. I guess I can say that.
I don't want to say shit.
I don't want to say shit.
I don't want to talk about nothing. About this shit,
don't. So I didn't even want to say that. But anyway, I go into my wallet. Let's just leave it at wallet. I'm not even going to name the fucking things I got, but the one is there. And the other one that you and I have together, actually we got them both together, but the one you and I have together ain't there. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I got like 30 days to send this phone back, and it's not there. So I'm like, what the fuck? Why isn't there? So I go with my buddy Louie, that's really, fucking Louie's a genius. He's going through, and he's like, oh, you got to do this. It's a specialty coin. You got to, got to add it. You got to fucking re-add it and all this shit. And I'm like, holy fuck, all those fucking passwords and shit. I know I got them because I wrote them down.
I didn't have to do that.
You got the phrases, right? Everybody's you have to know your phrases.
Shut up, bro.
No.
Yo, shut up.
Everybody that has crypto has that.
Saying.
I'm not saying what it is. So anyway, I have all that shit, obviously. But it's fucking nerve-wracking. And I still couldn't get it. I had to call fucking, what's his name? Fucking, from
Ant.
Ant. Yeah. I had to call Ant. Ant walked me how to...
He's nice with it.
He's fucking slick with it, bro. He knows his shit.
Yeah.
But,
you gotta.
So yeah, that's scary. If you lose a phone, you don't have that shit. It's gone forever. It's gone. It's fucking gone.
Yeah, that does bug me out a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's like crazy, like these people that have this. I don't have much in crypto, but people have a lot in crypto. That's fucking nuts.
I don't have a lot.
And then listen, like I have money in the bank. If I lose my passwords, I go to the bank. I'm still me, motherfucker. It's still my money because I'm still me, right?
Yeah.
That's what's scary.
Yep.
You gotta have your shit in order. That's for sure. And I don't have nothing you can come look for.
You don't have what?
No, nothing. I'm saying. I got nothing. Nobody wants.
Roe versus Wade, pal.
Okay, I want to know. This
about
is
to be a landmark overturning of that. It's not. It's not done yet, but they did a preliminary decision. Looks like it's
things. There's
a
lot to unpack here.
Yeah, unpack,
a lot
baby.
to unpack.
Unpack, son. Unpack.
No, just a couple things that again. We are no political
we're fucking idiots with a microphone.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. And so I don't know. I could be speaking some
gibberish,
bullshit.
Okay,
but it's not like Roe v. Wade is banning abortions. You know that, correct?
Correct. They're just leaving it up to the state.
Correct.
Federally.
I think a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah,
a lot of people think, they're banning abortions.
I think an incredible amount of people standing outside the fucking Capitol
don't even know
with the fucking signs.
Like,
don't
honestly,
even know
when
that.
I first heard it too, for a second, I'm like, wait a minute, what? You know, and then you
throws it back to the states.
Yeah.
And if a state, let's just say, okay, because we live in New Jersey. Let's say. Well, we're extremely liberal, and so is New York. But let's say Pennsylvania. Let's say Pennsylvania.
I believe that they are.
Let's say Pennsylvania fucking says, okay, abortion is not legal, can't do it here. Oh no, I'm sorry. Let's say New Jersey, the state we live in, says you can't do it here. Pennsylvania, so you drive over the fucking thing and you still get it.
I know,
you know what I mean?
I know, but a lot of people don't realize too. Like, I think we're one of 6 or 7 countries that allow abortion past the 13 weeks.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
13 months.
Weeks.
No, now they want to fucking kill children that are already out of the womb.
I know. We are one of 7 countries that allow that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So most countries don't even allow that. We act like we're this fucking tyrants. You know what I mean?
Right. So I will just say this. And this isn't so that I don't get attacked, because if you were talking about like the First Amendment or the Second Amendment, I'd be real passionate and don't give a fuck what people think. This is the one issue that I weigh in on the least.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because
I agree.
Because
but how about this?
I'm not sure exactly. I know personally how I feel. I would never do it. If a girl,
I seen someone say
I would never do it ever. And thank God I lived a pretty responsible life where I never had to make that choice. Now that's not to say, we had this little discussion. Where does life begin? If it begins at conception, I've encouraged a couple girls in my life to get the morning after pill, which is the next day. Am I committing a fucking atrocity to humanity? I never felt like that, but I would never, ever suggest to a girl, you need to go get an abortion. I would just never do that personally. But I don't know that I would also, in the same token, I don't know that if she said that to me, like, I just can't go through with this, is for this reason, for that reason. I don't know that I would say to her, you can't fucking do that. So I don't weigh in on it too heavy. You know?
I don't know, man. I seen somebody say, like, morally, I'm obviously against abortion.
I am against it morally.
Legally, maybe they have, like, legally, I'll leave it up to them.
Well, right. Most of it comes.
But I'll tell you, like,
most of it comes from.
But if you're a fucking dude,
morality and
if you're
the church.
a dude that's for abortion, it's a little weird to me.
Yeah.
Like a dude, like, why are you for abortion? Like, you're a dude. Like, I don't know. If you have a daughter, I don't understand.
Feminist cucks.
Like you're for fucking like, what is it? What is abortion really in the end?
Right.
What is it?
Killing, murder.
Killing a fucking something that's not born. You know, or
but their argument is it's essentially a parasite that belongs to the mother. I mean, that's essentially their argument.
I don't know how you say the parasite.
It comes down to where you believe life begins. That's where it comes down to. They don't believe life begins till it's outside the womb, and there's even some of those motherfuckers.
Then how come? But then how come if a drunk driver kills a pregnant woman, they get
charged with two homicides? Correct.
You know,
facts. How can a state? How can a state?
A lot of people say, listen. A lot of people say, okay, make the heartbeat. The heartbeat is when it's living. So, how can you say that? How can you say that? Well, because when you're on the deathbed, what constitutes you dead? Your heart stops beating.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So it's got to work both ways.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know at what point. I don't feel, obviously, because that the morning after pill is abortion, but it's probably shortly thereafter where I start believing it's, you're aborting a fetus. I don't know exactly.
I don't know. It's listen. This isn't an easy yes or no, it's a very complex situation, or
scenario for sure.
So and like I said, I'm glad I never had that.
But this thing, we live in a democracy, right? And we believe in the Supreme Court. In 1973, the Supreme Court ruled Roe versus Wade, right? They made the ruling that abortion should be legal, women's rights should be protected, blah 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 blah, right? The same Supreme Court is acting and possibly reversing it and making a decision, but it's a diplomatic thing. It's a vote, right? So how could they, no more than we could fault people that disagree with it, fault the judges in 1973? How are they faulting the judges now? And
that's what it is.
It's because it's the left, bro. That's what they do.
It depends the side of the line you fall on, right?
I didn't see anybody picketing and rioting and fucking in 1973, were they?
I don't know. I'm sure. I bet you people were definitely.
Maybe. I wasn't born yet, so
I seen LGBTQT against abortion. I seen atheists against abortion. Really? It's kind of weird because now they're protesting with people that they probably would never protest with.
Right. Yeah, it's of all the issues, man, that I could lay down and die for, or the hill that I'll fucking fall for. That is not the one for me. It's not, because I'm not exactly sure.
It's the most controversial one.
No. First Amendment's got to be the most controversial one.
For freedom of speech?
If you actually now these private,
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Freedom of speech.
It's easy to say. No,
it's being robbed, but it's being robbed by a bunch of lies, calling it disinformation. That's how. But
controversial, I think no, bro, because a human life is involved. It's the most controversial, 100%.
It's robbing you of a right. Yeah, it is human life. You're right, but it's robbing you of a right. The First Amendment is your right. The Second Amendment is your right. They would be robbed. Those are just, it's a personal thing. Those are more passionate issues to me. Because I've already lived my life. I'm not having any more kids. I know where I.
Yeah, but dude, you have a daughter.
I do.
Right?
I do.
You gotta think of that. Like, you know, when you have a daughter, you have a son. You got a son.
Right.
And that's what you have to think of those things.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to think. I want to fucking think of those things.
No, but I want to bring my kids up the same way my parents did. You fucking make an irresponsible decision. You do a fucking responsible thing.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
That's what you hope it would go, or you hope you wouldn't have that.
There are people out there that literally use abortion clinics as birth control. Literally,
bro. I seen someone tweet. He was like, do people really? This many people really get abortions? And like the response. Mm-hmm. It's pretty crazy. Like, I've had 2. I regret it to this day. I still mourn my kids. The person's like, I've had 4. Like, it's fucking. People have these abortions like crazy. That's the thing. That's the problem. Like, I'm sure there are. Like I said, I would never advocate for one. I would never have one. In my situation.
You're a breeder. You have all your kids. You're a breeder.
Well, but I'm saying like. If there ever is a situation where someone would have it, I'm sure they do exist, right?
Yeah.
But like, it shouldn't be used as fucking contraception. You know what I mean?
And a lot of people do. But let me flip the switch on you a little bit. Let me reverse the theory a little bit, because we're both morally, I'd say it's fair to say we're both against it, right? From a moral standpoint, that's how we were raised, right? Yeah. So morally, I don't know how much I'm going to get into legally in the law, because that's not a hill I'm going to die on. So I'm not going to, it doesn't matter to me hugely either way, other than the fact that I believe that the Supreme Court is no different than it was in 1973. If this is their decision, and we believe in democracy, and we believe in, our elected officials, that's how it works. I guess they're appointed. But anyway.
Who is?
Supreme Court justices are appointed by the president.
Yep.
So
that is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, if you think about it.
Yeah. It is. But we can get into that tangent. Let me flip the psychology around a little bit and ask you how you feel about this. So morally, we're against it, correct? Now, I don't know how many people have been, or how many children, or how many fetuses have been aborted since 1973. I'm sure it's an insane amount. But what if they were here and these are essentially unwanted children put into the system? How do you think that affects us?
I think if one of those kids, it's just tough to say unwanted. Like, bro, there's kids out there that were unwanted and end up being maybe a big part of history, or a big part of your life.
Of course.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Of course. But
so
I think
it's tougher to say.
If you went by statistics, and I don't have them in front of me, I don't even know if they exist, but I would say statistically, I think you would have to agree that a large majority of those kids, I mean, if you just take the statistics.
How about this? Whatever.
I get this statistics of a fatherless home, just a fatherless home. That's not a motherless. I get what
you're saying.
Those kids
I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
100%. But the other option doesn't exist. They don't exist. Yep. That's the other option. Right. So I mean, say I was one of those people, I'd rather have the option of maybe trying to make it.
Well, we know how Bill Gates feels. He's definitely for abortion. He thinks we're an overpopulated world already. Correct?
He does.
They got to be in.
Elon Musk thinks the opposite. You know that?
No,
he thinks, he thinks we need to because around the world we're lessening our population. Dude, I've seen U.S. like the world population is going down. Did I show you that thing?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like
I know,
not maybe not the number, but like as far as growth goes, it's going down. You understand?
American families
that's getting smaller.
That's on the huge decline.
Right,
huge.
Not about huge, but yeah, it's
on average we have 1.5 kids. That's what I know. That doesn't make sense, but that's what it averages out to.
Right? No, I know. But that still means we're growing.
I read something on average. What do you think the average Muslim? And I think I have this right. I could be wrong. Muslim family. How many children?
I think I saw it's like 4,
8. I think.
8? No,
I think it's 8. Look that up, Andrew. I think I read that. Oh, sorry, your phone's over there. But that's why we're on the decline. Obviously.
Well, yeah, but 1.5 means you're still growing, right?
No, at 2. It has to be 2.
Why though?
That's the number.
1.5 between a man and a woman.
Right.
Or just you.
No. A couple.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah.
But the number has to be 2 just to sustain our number now. Right. Should be 3 to grow. Right.
Or 2 point whatever.
Or, 2.5. Right. Yeah. So, but anyway, craziness. So yeah, are you passionate about that? I think we're on the same page.
What?
Bro, Roe versus Wade about abortion. Are you? Is that?
Listen, I don't know, man. I think it's very weird that it leaked. Nothing ever leaked out of the Supreme Court ever, right? Am I wrong? I don't know if I'm. That's
Never. I read that.
So only now. It's just weird that it is
preliminary decision. It's got a name, right?
Yeah. I forgot what they said. Yeah. Oh, what was it called? It was called something. I know what you're talking about. Anyway, it's fucking. So everybody gets to find out about this. And they see the pushback or whatever. I just don't believe anything. I'm just very skeptical, dude. I think maybe they're betting this out there, so then people are like, "Oh, we can't vote for Republicans. Fucking don't vote for Republicans." And now this is the Democrats' way of saying
draft opinion.
Yeah. So if this is another way of like, oh, if the Republicans are going to do this, we can't vote for them. Right. So this is getting maybe, because obviously Democrats are looking dire, dire right now in the midterms. This makes like, oh fuck, people are like, fuck, these Democrats are crazy, but like, oh, they're going to take away abortion. We have to vote for Democrats.
That's exactly right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I don't know if that's. I think that could be going on.
Yeah. No, I thought I was just having the same conversation with my buddy at the gym about that Republicans have been looking really good because all the fuck ups the Democrats have been doing and all the lies they've told and all the fucking people are starting to see through it. And now this is happening right before the midterm elections, right?
Right.
It's not a good look.
That's not a good look, man. Yeah. So I feel like it's a facade from both sides. Yeah. I always say that, right? And the fucking Republicans ain't gonna let this happen because they know this is murder at the fucking voting booth.
Well, what do you mean not gonna happen? You think
Republicans are gonna? They're not gonna like. What I mean, I don't know because it is up to the justices. You're also looking. Is it up to the justices at this point? Right.
Right. So the Republicans don't have
But are they getting lobbied? Do those justices get lobbied by other politicians? I'm sure they do. Right? Come on.
I don't know.
They shouldn't, but I'm sure they do.
Yeah. I think everybody gets lobbied. I don't know. I think if you're in there, well, that's why term limits are important because if you're just a 4-year,
but hey, did you hear what Ian Smith said about
voted in your 4 years, and you're passionate and you want to do a good job. You want to impress your constituents, right?
Constituents, yeah.
When you're in there 40 years, you don't think that you think you're irreplaceable and you're fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
You can do what you want. You must come up with a godlike fucking.
But you heard what
complex.
But you heard what Ian Smith's talking about how term limits. Yeah, we do need to get rid of them, but they're only
the behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yeah.
Who's playing? So then there has to be a start. Unless you dismantle this top down and there's a fucking revolution. Where do you start? You have to start somewhere. Term limits would be a good start, wouldn't it?
No, I think so. But then would you get stuff done? Like even now with the presidency,
you don't think like
listen,
like a Marjorie Taylor Greene or
Trump gets in office and tries to undo everything Obama does. Mm-hmm. Then Biden gets into office, tries to undo everything Trump does. Or say, a Republican gets in office.
Biden didn't get in office. Obama just stayed in office.
Well, whatever. They just
prop him up.
Whatever. So say a Republican comes in next time, they're going to try to undo everything. It's like a fucking a big circle jerk.
Yeah, I know. The correct people. That's why I'm so passionate about the Constitution. Is because really intelligent men wrote it at the time who were passionate about the country.
They were like 25, 28, 35. I think 35 was the oldest one.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Is that true?
I believe Thomas Jefferson, like one of those, the other guys were like 27.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like the way young minds work, actually. But anyway,
you don't know if you forgot what that feels like.
But I feel like, yeah, no, I did. I feel like they were
young.
They were.
I got it. Never mind.
Passionate about setting up a system that would stand the test of time, and they for love of country, right, and people. Always put we the people first. The people that are in power now are not for that.
No.
Not at all. It's about control now. It's about controlling the people and manipulation.
It really is. It really
propaganda.
is.
And now they have the media.
You see how crazy are they going over? How crazy are they going over the fact that Elon is, going to change Twitter?
Right, but how was he allowed to buy it? Because the power that has is worth more than any money, right? The power to shadow ban people and remove presidents. Isn't that worth more than $43 trillion in the grand scheme of things over time?
Billion.
Billion. I meant billion.
I don't know. Well, when the rumor was going around that he wasn't gonna be able to buy it, I'm like, wow, that just shows us that that control and censorship is worth more than money.
Right.
But now it seems like money prevailed. It's still not done yet, though.
No, I know. Yeah. Orange Man is not back on there. I know what you're gonna say. He's not coming back.
He don't
anyway,
want to come. He don't want to come.
Because of Truth Social, probably.
Did you get accepted?
Yeah, finally.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm not on there yet, but I got accepted finally. Yes. You?
Did Donald J. Trump, the Jr., hit you up yet?
No, I did talk to him. I told you.
You talked to him?
Well, no, DM'd.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure it was him. I don't know. Could have been his people, but pretty sure it was him. Sounded like him.
You gave him a dick pic?
Yeah,
you did?
yeah. Sent him a dick pic.
Yeah.
Tried to get him to come on the show, and he responded and said, "Hey, man, I'm traveling right now, but I'll talk to my people and I'll try to set up a date, obviously through Zoom." And then I'm a little better than you. Frankie doesn't like bothering anybody, or it's fucking like pulling his fingernails out to get him to reach out to somebody because he's just not like a guy that asks for anything. I don't like doing it either, but we wouldn't have a show if we didn't occasionally do it, and he will do it, but. I did a follow-up maybe like a month later. I was like, "Hey, Don, just checking in, see if you," and I never got a response from the second
Who's
one.
this? Who's this?
Probably did a little research on our numbers and like, these guys, this ain't fucking Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson. It's Trucker Carlson.
Oh, speaking of Tucker Carlson, you were supposed to get him on.
Yeah, well, hey.
What happened, pal?
You must have talked to Donald J. Trump and said, "Fuck those guys."
No, you knew somebody that knows him personally, right?
Yeah, I kind of was a little. Hey, what did I say?
You were skeptical.
Yes, very skeptical of this whole situation.
He did respond, though. He did get an answer and said...
Kind of.
Well, he was had a back surgery or something, right?
He did, though. He did.
Yeah.
He had a bacchiotomy.
Yeah. So anyway, fellas, I know you're not watching, but you're welcome to come on.
His face.
Always gay jokes. Always gay jokes.
They're on now. They're coming on now.
So what else going on, brother? You had the little man down in the basement, down in your little fucking setup down here, boxing, huh?
Yeah, we did.
Kid's got some hands.
Would
you let him fight? Would you let him fight?
Yeah. If the way he prepares like he does for wrestling, yeah, I let him fight.
So you often talk about people that are trained really, really well, but mentally they're not in there when they fight. You don't think he's your son. Mm-hmm. Could you tell now whether he'd be mentally in there in a real combat situation, or you'd have to see it happen? Do you know?
I think I would already. I mean, like, who knows? Yeah, but yeah, I do. Because wrestling is about as real of a combat situation get without punching. Right. And he's in the mix,
Yeah. That's true.
And I see him and his brother.
But there are some amazing grapplers that don't want Nicky Rod. I mean, he's a BJJ guy, and he's fucking sick with it. Kills people, but he's like, I don't know how I feel about getting hit in the face. Yeah. I think some of that comes down to money, too. Obviously, Gordon. We got to get Gordon on, by the way.
Yeah.
Obviously, Gordon is, he makes great money, I'm sure, and he's the best maybe ever. But do you think he wants to get hit in the face? Do you think he would ever do MMA? If the money, let's say the money was comparable.
I'm sure the money was the money's definitely comparable there, but especially him, he probably big draw. He'd be a good big draw. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I don't like when guys are like the GOAT at what they do.
He's the GOAT, bro.
Then stay the GOAT where you're at, bro. Right. You're making a killing.
Here's one. Fuck, why am I drawing a blank on his name? I know you're gonna fucking laugh. It probably wasn't the GOAT, but he was a pretty big name wrestler, and he transitioned over to MMA. Why am I drawing a blank?
Brock Lesnar?
No, Brock actually did good. This guy got murdered twice. Little dude, he fought. I think he fought twice, and he got smoked both times. I'm not a wrestling fan. That's why I can't remember his name. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Big name guy.
A wrestler?
Yeah. Fake wrestler, not real wrestler.
Oh, CM Punk.
CM Punk, right?
Okay.
He gave up. Didn't he give up? I mean, obviously he must have. He was a huge name in wrestling. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
So he had to make big money, and he couldn't have got paid huge money, even though probably his draws were all right. He didn't draw big. Mickey Gall was one of his fights.
He probably made decent money though.
Mickey stomped on him.
He made decent money,
and I like him. He's a likable guy. But there's a guy that just didn't have, or he didn't. He either one.
He trained. He was just way a little behind that curve.
Yeah.
He tried his best.
But there's a guy who just walked away from a very successful career that could have continued, and I'm sure really good money. I got to give him some props for that,
Yeah, bro, he's probably soul searching, right? A little soul searching. But he went back to WWE, or he's AEW now. One of them.
I'm not hating on the guy. I mean,
he commentates for CFFC, Cage Fury Fighting Championships.
No, I mean, I got to give him. Don't you agree? You got to give him some props for that.
Listen, yeah.
Even though he didn't
like a lot of people got mad because like, how's this guy in the UFC, bro?
Right.
Blah, 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 he sucks, or what did he do? And I literally go, he did something. Mm-hmm. He has name value. Yeah, he is name worthy that people want to see what the fuck what he's got in the ring or in a cage. So he kind of. Maybe he doesn't deserve the pay based on his fight skills, but his namesake does. Sure. You know what I mean? He's done something in his past to do that.
Well, that's Ronda Rousey's famous line. I get paid really well because I fucking put asses in the seats. You know what I mean? I'm sure he put asses in the seat.
Yeah.
And he brought over
a different genre.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brock Lesnar is a little bit of the catalyst of that. There's a guy that backed it up. He did well.
That's the difference between CM Punk and Brock Lesnar. Is Brock Lesnar was a legit amateur wrestler. He was a national champion in wrestling.
That is correct. That is correct.
And he's a fucking freak of an athlete.
He's a freak.
CM Punk, he wasn't even a freak of an athlete. Wrestler, never mind fighter.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I guess I didn't really think of that. Now, there's a big lawsuit going on right now, right? With the whole fight with him, and isn't that about to come to a head? Or has it been a decision?
You heard Mark Hunt?
Mark Hunt. Isn't that about to come to a decision now?
Yeah, they called me about that. I was on that card.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and they called me about something. Do I want to be something? I'm like,
wait, who's they? Legal team?
Yeah.
I think you mentioned this to me.
And I'm like, nope. I don't want. I'm like, yo, can I? I'm like, I don't want to do nothing, but I don't want to be involved in this at all.
Which side of the legal team?
I don't even know.
You don't know which side?
I don't even know. I just said nope, no thanks.
Right.
I don't want.
If you had that option,
but I don't know what the fuck they want. What do you want from me? What the fuck can I help you with anything?
Right. They just want to know if they could use your name in court.
Use my information in court from USADA, I believe, or something. So I'm like, why?
Right.
Fuck, do I have to do anything?
Right,
so I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Right. How do you feel about that? Like if he was dirty, which he was, right? That's not deniable.
I think that's what they're saying, yeah.
And he won that fight. He beat Mark Hunt.
Yeah, give Mark the win.
Give Mark the win. That's how you think it'd be settled. What about purse money? Changing the purse. Does Brock forfeit his purse money?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about he forfeits his, but just give fucking Mark more money.
Who?
Mark.
I know, but the UFC cough up more, or?
I don't know, maybe take it out.
Because wasn't that one a little suspect? Like normally everybody is tested before, after, during, but Brock they gave a pass before and didn't test until after. Isn't that the way that worked?
I honestly don't know. I think maybe he wasn't in the testing pool long enough, or he got an exemption from the testing pool. I think that's something fishy like that, right?
Right.
I don't know. Hey, listen. I think USADA came in 2016.
I don't know.
I think about that 2016. Maybe 2016. I've been in the UFC since 2007. So most likely I've been fought like most. If you've been in the UFC before that, you fought someone on steroids.
I would say if you just had to pull a name out of a hat, Tyson's got to be one, right? Like
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't like to say anybody I fought was on.
I'm just saying, bro.
No, I'm just saying no because
you can just say maybe.
No, I don't maybe.
Put a question
Sean
mark.
Shirk. He got popped for it. Chad Mendes got popped for it. I don't know.
After 2016, they got popped.
Chad did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sean Shirk was before that.
Okay.
Before that.
I didn't. So what did Chad serve for suspension? He came back to bare knuckle. Looked really good.
Yeah.
He looked good. He won.
He looked jacked. He looked
Maybe they don't do no testing over there because he looked really good.
Fuck no, bro. He looked healthy.
I ain't hating on the guy, bro. I like Chad actually.
He's a good dude. I fucking like.
I always love that camp, Uriah's camp.
You know what's funny? Me and Chad,
all those guys. I love that Jersey put a whooping on two of them. I love that. Everyone thinks I'm Chad. Really?
Yeah. We get confused for each other a lot.
No shit.
It's like when I fought him, bro. When I fought that time, I fought him. When we went up and did like the shake. I'm like, bro. People came up to me. They go, get fuck. Look, Chad. Fuck him up, Chad. I'm like, yeah.
That's awesome. That was one. Listen, I'm obviously your biggest fan ever. But that was one of my favorite fights when you caught him clean. Because a lot of people say Frankie doesn't hit with power. He's a volume striker, and you fucking caught him clean and put him fucking down. And I love Chad. Not a bad word to say about that dude or Uriah.
They're all good.
They're both good dudes, but I love that
they come from that wrestling background.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Cali boys.
Dude, did you know Uriah and Clay both wrestled in the U.S. Open this year?
No.
Yeah. this past weekend.
No shit.
In the senior level. You know?
Okay. What do they call that division?
Senior division.
No, it's got a
Masters.
name.
Masters. Yeah, Masters thing.
I know that from that movie.
I know they were in the semis
with the fucking the paint guy, the fucking DuPont guy. Yeah. I know he was always in the Masters.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Well, he paid people.
Yeah.
Imagine you pull Uriah. Imagine you pull Uriah.
Bro, I saw some of the matches, and those guys definitely took a dive that he beat. Yeah. Definitely.
Hell yeah. But I think Uriah and Clay, I don't know how they finished, but they were in the semis of it.
Really?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Big fan of both those guys. Clay's one of the most.
Clay just fought too. Recently.
He's one of the most entertaining fighters you could possibly watch, bro. He might actually outpace you and out energy you. That fucking guy. And there ain't really anybody you could say that about. Like, you ever seen him get tired ever? I don't think I've ever seen a fight where he got tired.
I'm gonna say no.
Wait, you never fought? No,
never
fought Clay. That would be a good fight. Actually.
We were at 55 at the same time. Hey, yeah. I was the champion when he was in my division.
Yep.
Quite a few guys. Sheep dip. This is from Scotland, actually, too. I know that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jersey's got some. I love when Jersey fucking wins fights, no matter who it is.
Jersey, people were calling it's funny when Gordon was still living here.
Did you get a copy of, speaking of Jersey guys, Jim Miller sent you his book? He hit me up.
Yeah, he sent me mad.
I haven't got it yet. He's like, I'm going to send him. I love Miller.
He's
love
fucking the man, dude.
He's the man.
Dude, most fights in the UFC.
Bro, he's the man, bro.
He might be most wins, too, I think.
Never disappoints in a fight.
No, by that last.
And then he's actually, people think he's like quiet and like, you follow him on Instagram?
Honestly, I tell you
funny,
what,
bro.
He's funny as shit. Obviously, he came here. I know him pretty well, but like, honestly, early on, me and Chris would go to the AMA. I fucking forgot what it stands for. AMA. It was Mike Constantino was Jim's coach. We go up there, train with Jim, and, a couple other guys, Charlie Brenneman, some guys, and me and Chris, we're fucking always bullshit. We know how we are. We're bust on us, we're bust on them, and like they were just Jim and Dan were always just very quiet, And then I'm fucking watching Instagram. I'm like, dude, this guy's fucking. And then obviously comes on the show and he's great. And I've spoken to him on that level, but like in the gym, he is kind of quiet.
Yeah, he is. He opened up on the show, opened up, but then you watch his Instagram. It's like you're watching a totally different fucking human being. It's great.
Yeah, and he's great. He's entertaining. He's fun to listen.
He's got that dry
his
delivery.
His book is fucking probably awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure
because of that.
Well, he's big time into hunting.
Yeah. Dude, I want to get the bow going.
Yes. Oh, speaking of that, so I approached you. Well, I work with a guy that's a diehard hunter, but he does most of his hunting in Pennsylvania. He's from Pennsylvania. He's lived here the last 40 years probably, but he grew up in Pennsylvania, and it's just better hunting out there. Let's be honest. Let's call it what it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just because
more
it's
land,
harder?
More land.
Harder then, correct?
Well, yeah. Anytime there's more land, it's a harder hunt, right? And he does guided hunts. He goes, well, actually that's not true. He's got a camper on the farmland. I guess his family owns you trained with his son, Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle was a wrestler. But anyway, he's a big fan of you, and I'm tight with him. He's fucking just a great guy. I love Jeff to death. But he's been after me to go hunting for literally 20 years. I've been there 24 years. 20 years has been trying to get me to go hunting. Finally, I said, I'm going to go with you this year, buddy. And I was like, me and Frankie want to get into it. We want to do it. He's like, man, my son just went on a boar hunt out there. He got a fucking, 300-pound fucking boar or whatever. I was like, we'll do it. We'll go. He's like, all right, I'll set it up for after it cools off a little bit. We'll go in like September, October. $1,000. I'm like, no. I was like, listen, I don't mind spending the money, but I want to shoot a deer over. I don't like bacon that much. I like bacon, but I don't want to eat fucking 200 pounds of bacon. And a deer hunt is like $650, and they don't guarantee you a deer. But wouldn't you rather do a deer hunt? Well, you stay at a lodge.
Say we wanted to hunt here. It would cost money to hunt here?
No, you buy a license. You come home every night. You cut up your own deer. You bring it home. You do all that shit. You go there. You stay at a lodge. They put you up for the weekend or whatever you go, 2 or 3 days. They bring you out. They put you in the blind. They don't sit with you. They don't shoot the deer. Then they leave. They get you all set up. Then you go back. They cook you dinner. They'll take your deer. They'll dress it out. They'll fucking...
It's like fake hunt.
Like
bougie hunt. Bougie hunt.
Okay, yes. Bougie hunt. It's not Corey Anderson hunting. Okay. Corey Anderson goes out.
I'll do a bougie hunt, but I want to do it real.
Listen. You're gonna do. You're not. Because you're talking about doing the same thing here. If you go out with Corey, we go out with Corey. Corey's going to be our guide. I've never hunted in Jersey. I wouldn't know where to go. If I took you up to Maine, I could be your guide. But I don't know where to go around here. So you're going to do a bougie hunt in Jersey, too. Because Corey's going to gut your deer out for you. Corey, he'll make you do a little bit of the work, but he's going to do the hard part of it. He's going to quarter it out.
Bite the heart?
Yeah, you can bite it in the heart if you want.
Yeah,
sure.
Isn't that what they say you have to do?
Yeah, it'll drink the blood, I think. But yeah, you can bite it if you want, I guess. The liver.
But if I went hunting with you in Maine,
I could definitely show you. I haven't done
but
it.
we'd be hunting for cock, and I'm not into that.
That's a chicken. You have them in your backyard.
I do.
So, no, it would be my biggest issue here is I've never hunted with a shotgun for deer. Hunted obviously
for deer. Wait, but what do you put a
buckshot?
A buckshot.
Buckshot only, and I think that's because of the
for deer. But doesn't the buckshot's what? How big is the spread on a buck?
Well, it depends on the range you're shooting. It spreads out as it gets further away, but you probably want to shoot buckshot within. I'm going to get so corrected in YouTube because I'm not a deer hunter of buckshot, but I would say 25 to maybe 50 yards. You want to be in that range. Yeah.
I don't think we're doing anything to that guy. Wouldn't it be like too far out, spread?
No, because the pellets are in there. It's not like birdshot. You're thinking of birdshot.
I know.
There's like hundreds of pellet. Buckshot is maybe like 12 pellets or something. You know what I mean? And they're pretty good size.
Yeah, but like, you want to shoot a deer with that?
You don't want to. I would not want to.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. How do you shoot a fucking deer?
You can't use a rifle in New Jersey.
Oh, in New Jersey.
Cannot hunt with a rifle.
What about a slug?
Nope, I don't even think you're not allowed to slug hunt. I said the same thing because a slug's a big old heavy thing. It don't go far. No, buckshot and bow and arrow, and you can hunt with crossbow here too, but that's bow and arrow basically.
Right.
But you cannot hunt. You can hunt with a bow and arrow.
In PA, you said you could do with the buckshot.
Oh no, rifle.
A rifle.
Yeah. Which is how I grew up hunting. That's the hunting style I'm used to. That's how I want to hunt. Plus, hunters around here are going to correct me and say I'm fucking wrong, and there is a lot of country if you go up northern Jersey, like where I was for that Wild West thing. You can go up north and there's plenty of country up there. But here in this area we're in, Ocean County, there's small land parcels, and you're not the only hunter on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't like hunting like that. Pennsylvania, a lot of land. You go put you out there, there's probably not going to be another hunter around you for half a mile. So anyway, long story short, I could teach you how to hunt in Maine if you ever wanted to go up there. Not teach you how to hunt. I could give you some, I could set you up and tell you what to do. You already know how to shoot a gun, so.
Not that good. I mean.
Yeah, but you're not going to gut out your first deer. I didn't gut out my first deer.
I want to try.
You should try, yeah.
I mean, someone
has to be there to walk you through. Otherwise, you're going to butcher all your meat, so. Yeah. Shoot a buck, you got to cut his testicles off. You know that.
Really?
Yeah, you could lay there for a little bit and just drape them across your face.
Seriously, seriously, you got to cut their testicles.
Yeah.
Why? That's how you got them?
It's part of gutting it, yeah. It's part of the process.
You guys just want to touch the testicles. It's not part of the process, Roger. That's what everyone told you.
we got it one time. Me and Phil. Actually, Tim Sylvia is texting me right now. He's home and he's with my buddy Phil. And Phil's a sick motherfucker. I'd tell you a million stories about Phil. He should have a TV show after him. But anyway, we went hunting one time. Phil got a deer, and we cut the fucking nuts off the testicles, and we hung it on our buddy's rearview mirror in his car. It's just 2 sets of nuts hanging down. And then we tied. Most people, like I remember we were in a Jeep. We were in his roommate's at the time Jeep. No back to it, like Jeep Cherokee, like an old school box style one. And a lot of people go deer hunting like that in Maine because you see all kinds of weird shit in Maine. Usually you'll tie the deer to the fucking rack. You'll lay it on its side and you'll tie it to your roof rack, whatever. Bro, he tied it to the fucking hood with its legs out like this. So it's like looking straight forward. We drove it like, you're supposed to take it to the nearest tagging station and tag it. That's the law. Drove the whole fucking way back to like Cherryfield where I'm from and tagged it at the local store with this fucking thing looking like it's riding on it's fucking Rudolph, He's a sick fuck. I could tell you so many stories about fucking Phil.
Yeah, you hear a lot of stories about you fucking Phil?
No, I can tell you a lot of stories.
He told me a lot of stories about fucking Phil. Damn, bro. You guys get at it.
Does anybody watching this, you question his...
He said it, though.
You question his sexuality because it's all he
You did not say... Did you not just say that?
No,
I can tell you a lot of stories about fucking Phil.
Let's clarify. I did say it, but I didn't... My mind doesn't go there. Yours does. That's the disturbing part. Yours always goes there.
I'm sorry.
Yours always goes there.
I'm sorry.
Always.
The next time someone says, I can tell a lot of stories about fucking Phil, what am I supposed to think?
You put a little extra emphasis on the word fucking there. I didn't really say it like that, but all right. You're a sick bastard, bro. You got issues.
So tell me some stories. Is he a screamer?
I can't. Some of the stories, fuck, he'd get mad if I told some of the stories. But I know. So Phil, he's a lobster fisherman, and he's a really good lobster fisherman. He's had some $500,000 boats and insane. Lives down in Winter Harbor or whatever. We should have Phil on the show. You guys would get along great because he'd spend the whole show ripping on me. But anyway, he would go out. And like a day's pay on a lobster boat, depending on where you're at. And this is his own boat, but he's got like a deckhand, someone working on the boat. Sometimes he's got 3, depending on how busy it is. Sometimes they'll come in with 25,000 pounds of lobsters. You know what I mean? It'd be insane. Jeez. But maybe this was like a normal day where they came in with a couple thousand pounds or something. You know what I mean? He'll bet his deckhand. He'll take like this because the bait is like herring or. It's like a fish. That's like a shit fish. And you bait the trap with it. And it's usually rotten. They salt it to try to keep it from rotting and the flies off. But it's nasty. He would bet, like Bub, that used to be his fucking, he'd say, if you could eat that whole fish without puking, I'll give you the whole day's pay, everything. And fucking, he'd film this shit. And you can't puke, though, you know what I mean? And he lost a couple times. He'd lose, like, whatever, 10 grand. Because he don't give a fuck. Wow. Phil don't give a fuck about nothing. No. He really don't. There's some crazy stories about Phil. Here's a really morbid one. Phil's, he'd probably get mad at me, but he's a ladies' man. He's definitely a ladies' man. There ain't too many women in town that Phil hasn't gone around with. But apparently he pissed one of them.
7 of them?
No. There's so yeah, he's a little bit of a legend back there, a little bit of a manhole legend. But he pissed somebody off. This is a really sad story. He hooked up with somebody's old lady. I believe this person actually worked for him at one point in time. And they came to his house and stole his dog, took his dog, and fucking killed it. Shot it, and put it in a burlap bag and threw it in the ocean, and it washed up on somebody's beach that had like a shorefront home, and they just came down. It was like a pillow sack or something. Opened it up. Phil had like lost dog, posters around. They figured out like this was the missing dog. Oh, I think they set it on fire too, if I remember right. What? And actually, it was like the wife.
Wait, he fucked her wife.
It had something to do. No, I don't think it was a wife. I think it was like a girlfriend or something like that. I mean, it could have listened. It's Phil, but I don't care if you fuck somebody's wife or not. You fucking go beat the shit out of Phil. Yeah. Fucking throw Phil overboard. What the fuck did that poor dog do? You know what I mean?
That's pretty gangster.
That's sick, right? Yeah. But I got a million stories like that about Phil. We'll save Phil's story. Maybe we'll have Phil in one day. Phil's entertaining as hell. He literally should have a TV show mounted around him. He should, because he just don't care about nothing. He don't give a fuck. Probably more now. He's a dad now. He's a really good dad. He's got kids and shit. But the shit he's done, man. We used to go out drinking all the time, get in fights all the time. I told you. There was a Navy base in Winter Harbor. It's closed now. They closed it down now. But we called them squids. Because they'd come from all over the country, you know what I mean? And they'd fucking come to our local bars, our local hillbilly hick bars, and try to hook up with our girls. So me and Phil fought every fucking one of them. I swear we fought fucking more squids than anybody. And we'd go to their house parties. So we go to this one house party, right? It's at a squid's house. You hear about it because it's small town living. There's house parties everywhere. So we go, and we're fucking hated. They fucking hate us. But we didn't care. We'd fucking fight them anyway. We didn't care. So we'd go. And it wasn't just us. The Harmon boys would come with us. The Joy boys would come with us. Like fucking, it's the last name, Joy Harmons. So and Harmons are twins, and the Joys are twins.
Harmon boys, like the Hardy boys.
So they would come. So we had enough numbers where we were all right, but they just fucking mean mugged us the whole time. They fucking hated us. And they were all like rentals, like rental houses, because they were in the fucking Navy, so they'd rent these houses. So anyway, we were at this one, and it's me, Phil's girlfriend Abby, a couple other guys we were with, and they wouldn't even talk to us. They wouldn't even look at us. We're like we're in the basement, kind of hanging out, and Phil's like, I'll be back. I gotta take a piss, So he goes upstairs, takes a piss. He comes down, and he's fucking drinking his drink, and he's just smirking, like fucking being Phil, like just being fucking Phil. So like half hour goes by. I didn't even ask him what he's smirking at, because he's just always up to something, right? And he says to his girlfriend Abby, he's like, Abs, go up in the bathroom and just open up the shower curtain a little bit. She comes down. She's like, "Oh my fucking God, Phil, we're gonna get thrown out of here. You're gonna get a fucking fight." I'm like, "What did he do?" He's like, "I took a big old snake shit in their tub." Just fucking went up and took it. That is totally just normal Phil shit, everyday shit that he would do. And they found it. Like fucking maybe an hour later. Came down, flip it out. Of course, they knew it was us. Phil's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have fucking no idea," The party was over. They threw everybody out. It was crazy.
It was wild Maine nights.
Yeah, man. We used to do some crazy shit back there. It's just a different way of life back there. Small town living is just a different one. Like, I feel like everybody drinks and drives because it's fucking an hour and a half to get to the closest bar. How do you get there? There ain't Uber. There ain't a fucking bus.
No, wait. Hour and a half to get to the closest bar?
No, that's a lie. Ellsworth would have been the nearest bar, which was called Pete and Larry's, which was in the Holiday Inn. It was like the pub in the bottom of a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
But we'd go there, and now, mind you, it closes at 1 o'clock. Everything in Maine closes at 1. You can't drink, like, last call is 12:30.
Everything closes early.
So you
anyway,
get there like 8 o'clock, right? You're fucking there at like 8, 9 o'clock. And I thought that's how the whole world operated until I moved to Jersey, and you fuckers don't close till 4. When I first moved here, nothing closed till 4 in the morning. Not now. It closes at like 2, right?
Yeah, I think so.
4 in the morning. Everything was 4 in the morning, bro. The whole time I was bouncing, I wouldn't get home until like 5.
Yeah.
Because if you got to, like, you know, clean up a little bit afterwards, it'd be crazy. So, yeah, bars close at 1 o'clock. Last call is like 12:30, 12:45. So you go out earlier. But the nearest that bar was at least 45 minutes from where I lived. And then Jetties in Bar Harbor, or not just Jetties, Bar Harbor's got a bunch of bars in it, but you get the summer influx girls in Bar Harbor, so you kind of go there for the summer. It's nice, you know.
How far is that?
That's probably a solid hour 10.
So you drive there and back?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, listen to this. One time we went there, fucking now stories are popping up. We'd always go there. We'd always get absolutely hammered, and somebody always drove. I never drove. I've never really been a big drink driver ever. Usually my buddy Mark would drive.
They're like, he got it. It's all right.
No, it was the same guy every time. So we'd go, get fucking hammered, and then you drive an hour home. But it's all these back roads. You know, it's all woodsy fucking roads, no cars on it anyway. Well, this one time, I was hammered, and we left there. And I was with these 2 other kids, Tim and Tom. And I sat on a moped that was just sitting on the street, and I just sat on it, and I was like fucking around, like fucking, you know, and now I'm hammered, bro. I'm probably like, I moved to Jersey when I was 22, so I'm probably like 21. Tim Sylvia was the bouncer at fucking Jetties, and I'm sitting on it, and a cop sees me, and he's on foot, and he's like, yo, you, and he shines a flashlight, and he comes fucking running. I guess he thought I was trying to steal or something, so I just take off running, and this fucker's running behind me, following me. Tim and Tom split off, go fucking one way, and I'm running, you know, like out of town, but right along the water, and there's these all like really old Victorian inns and hotels, like, you know, like fucking 150 years old, and I saw one that was like dilapidated. It's dark, I can't really see, but I could see the lights weren't on. It looked like it was like closed, you know, it was fucking closed. They were renovating it, whatever. It's old thing. And I run behind it. Now this fucker's got a flashlight. I don't have anything, and it's pitch dark. I run behind it, and I felt like bamboo, and I just dove into it. And I remember laying there because he's right behind me. He comes around the back, he shines his light. Where'd you go? You know. And I remember I was breathing so hard, I was holding my mouth because I was like, he's gonna fucking hear me breathing. I'm like, and I'm fucking holding my mouth, and it's pouring rain, bro. It's raining out like a motherfucker, right? And he leaves, and I hear him walking around. I hear cops on their fucking walkie-talkies, like, he's behind this building, whatever. And they're walking all around flashlight. Bro, I fell asleep. Fucking fell asleep in this fucking I was that drunk. I fell asleep in this bamboo fucking pot. I wake up like 8 o'clock in the morning the next morning. Everybody's left. Fucking tourists walking around town and shit. Like, I'm soaked to the bone. Bro, mosquitoes chewed me alive. My arms were welted. Fucking no cell phone. I didn't even have a cell phone. I probably had one then, but I didn't have it on me. It was probably like in the car. No money on me. Like, no taxi would never drive me home anyway. It's fucking out. I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm fucking in Bar Harbor. I walked to somebody's house and used their phone and called somebody to come and get me. But yeah, I woke up like literally like 5 hours later, chewed absolutely alive by mosquitoes.
That's a good story.
Yeah, man. That's a good one.
Fuck, bamboo forest.
Mm-hmm.
Cop almost stepped over you?
Almost, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the charge would have been. I didn't steal the moped, but anyway, yep. I remember another time there was this, I mean, I guess names don't matter. It was 20 years ago. There was this bouncer that worked there. His name was Chris Blanchett. He was a big motherfucker, too. Dude was a fucking big boy. And all the girls fucking liked Chris. Everyone was like, we're going to go to the Jetties and fucking stare at Chris, right? So I think all the guys were a little jealous and whatever, but I got along with Chris. I like Chris. Me and Chris never had any problems. And I was actually there that night with this fucking hot girl, Carrie. And we left, 1 o'clock in the morning, bar shuts down, we leave, and this kid says something slick. She was a good-looking girl. Carrie was a really good-looking girl. She says something slick to her as we're leaving. And she says, yeah, fuck off or whatever. So now, you know, I got to fight the guy, right? Like, that's how it works, right? Fucking disrespected my girl. Now I got to fight you. So me and this kid fucking line up and start throwing bombs right in front of the club and on the sidewalk. Probably, it was, if you saw it now, if it was on tape, you'd be like, those are bombs? First of all, you're hammered. You think you're throwing bombs. You're probably throwing fucking windmills. But I think I'm throwing bombs. And I got on top of this kid, and I remember just looking, and his face was fucked up, bro. Like, his face was like pouring blood and shit. I definitely won. I was on top of him on the ground. I definitely won. So I take off running, because we actually came to Bar Harbor on Phil Torrey's lobster boat, because it's a quicker way across the bay. You can come across the bay, and it's way quicker than driving all the way around to the island. You can make it over in like 15, 20 minutes. So I get to the boat. I'm the only one there. I'm fucking like, where are these motherfuckers? I'm going to get in trouble. Cops are going to fucking come after me and shit. You know, so I'm sitting on the boat. Nobody's coming. Everybody's still hunkered around this fight. And this kid laying on the ground. The cops are there, and they're looking for whoever. You know, and I'm on the fucking boat when I can almost see it. It's like I'm on top of the hill, but I can see all the commotion and shit. And then, like, Carrie comes down, the girl comes down. She's like, yeah, they're fucking looking for you and shit. And I'm like, I'm just going to hide on the boat. And more people start coming down, and I get off the boat. Like, the Joy boys, the Tim and Tom come down, and they're like, bro, you fucked that kid up. And I come down, and it's dark. You know, we're sitting on the pier. We're on this fucking fishing pier, and it's dark. And we're kind of like talking, you know, like I'm fucking like, yeah, fuck that kid up or whatever. And I think it's my whole crew, because who else came on a boat? Nobody. Everybody's in a car. We're the only ones on a boat. We're on a fishing pier, right? I see this, like, fucking big figure kind of in the distance coming fucking down the hill, like running. And it's Chris Blanchett. And I'm like, oh, Chris, cool. Fucking what's up, buddy? You know, I know Chris. He's a bouncer at the bar. Bro, he mows through me, like, fucking just blows right through me, right? Because that was, like, his best friend. I didn't know it was his best friend. I had no fucking idea. Bro, he mowed through me, like, and I was a toothpick. And he was probably 250 pounds, right? And this is when I was 22. You saw pictures of me back in the day. And he fucking mowed through me. Like, bro, I wasn't even fucking there. And fucking knocked me. And I'm like, fuck, I got to fight him. I got no fucking choice. I can't look like a bitch now. I tried, bro. I tried my damnedest to fucking fight this guy. He got on top of me. And he fucking cocks his arm back to fucking lay one into me. And he's on top of me. And I'm waiting for it, right? And I just see one of the Joy boys grabbed his arm as he threw it. And they just went flying. Like, he threw, so they went flying. So I'm like, fuck, I avoided that one. Somehow I got back up, and we're rolling. He's winning, bro. He's twice my size. Definitely winning, but I'm trying. I'm like, I ain't fucking giving up. I ain't going out like no bitch. And I'm trying, and we slam. This car pulls up. Now it's like cars coming, because everybody sees shining the headlights and stuff. And this pickup truck pulls up, and we go slamming off his driver's side door and put a huge fucking crease in it. It was this big fucking door. Chris said something. He's like, yo, motherfucker, you and I are going to talk or something. Get out of here. You know, he kind of let me go. You know, he could have killed me. He fucked me up a little bit. But we get on the boat. We leave. And I'm sore, because we mostly just fucking bounced off shit and on the ground, rolling around. Wasn't a ton of punches thrown. I think he might have got me with one or two. The big one that was coming down, one of the Joy boys saved me, because that kid went flying just from grabbing his arm. Get on the boat. We go back to Phil's. I fall asleep on the couch. I'm fucking pissed drunk. Fall asleep on the couch. The next day I wake up and I can't even move my arm. I can't pick my arm up. So I'm like, holy fuck, something happened to my arm. I didn't know it the night before. I'm like, something happened. My fucking arm is fucked. Phil drives me to the emergency room. Broke my clavicle bone. Broke my fucking collarbone.
Yeah, I did Chris Blanchett.
We fucking bounced off the fucking truck. It must have broke, right? So I went, got a cast, whatever, the whole 9 yards. Good story, right? Great story. I didn't care. I'm fucking definitely would never be one of those sue happy guys. That's just, it's a fight. You're either going to win or you're going to lose. You know what I mean? And I definitely lost to Chris. I fucking whooped his friend's ass, though. But anyway, so I come home. I'm fucking all, you know, got a arm brace on and the arm sling on. And what the fuck, what was it? Oh, like a week goes by and I get a letter in the mail from Bar Harbor Police Department. The kid that owned the truck knew our names, knew both of our fucking names. I get a letter from the police department that says, you and Chris Blanchett were involved. This is kind of cool. This is how police departments work back in the day. They sent me a letter. Instead of criminally charging me, which would absolutely be what happened now, right? I probably got, like, you know, damage, property value damage over such amount. And they sent me a letter that said, you have 2 weeks to pay for half of the door repair. Chris Blanchett has to pay for the other half, and if you don't pay it, you'll be criminally charged. So I had to come up with like $700. Wow. He had to come up with like $700.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Chris Blanchett?
No.
We want a rematch. We want a rematch, Chris Blanchett.
No, he actually. There was this girl I used to date. Dina was her name. I won't say her last name, but we had a thing for a long time. We never dated, but we always like hooked up and went home together. And she was a hottie, and he married her. So yeah, they got.
So he won, you saying?
Yeah, he won. He won. She always had a thing for him though. But anyway, I think they had a kid and got divorced now. But yep.
Shame.
Yeah, man.
Hey, maybe you got a shot.
Yeah. Anyway, call her up, see what she's up to. I am curious about like what some of these girls look like that I used to date, 25 years ago back in Maine. I'm like, wonder whatever happened to them.
I don't think
because back in the day,
I'm gonna tell you, you'll probably be disappointed.
All right, pal. That was a good go, man. Always a pleasure down here with you. Oh, did you see the thing I posted about you today?
I
thought it was good, man. Whoever put that together, it was like, it says obviously the show is called The Ultimate Fighter, but it's like, it says The Ultimate Fighter on top, and then it's a body, a fighter, but all the different compositions and body parts are broken down with the best of each fighter. Like I think Yoel Romero was like abs, like Masvidal was knee. Mark Hunt was chin, best chin. Frankie Edgar's heart. I thought that was people got a lot of respect for you, bro.
I love it.
So yeah. So anyway, all right, pal. Always a pleasure.
Hard on the sleeve, buddy. Hard on the sleeve.
That's it, pal. Actually, no. You need to work on that.
I do.
You got heart for days in the ring, but I don't. When's the last time you told Renee you love her?
Oh, this morning.
Did you?
Every morning.
All right, attaboy. All right.
Come on. You?
Yeah, when's the last time you told me you
It's been a
loved
while.
me?
It's been a while, but.
All right, bro. Chamber the Tramp out. Thank you, guys.
Later, guys.